welcome to another exciting episode of Indie Film Cafe. I'm your host, Jonathan Moody, and I'm here with...
Presenza, known as the Moo Cow. Moo.
Moo! Alright, and we're here with Neil Breen.
And Wang Wang.
And Buddy Christ. And Wang Wang.
Yay!
Yeah, he actually bought a freaking bobblehead of... let's show this guy real quick.
Of course. Thanks to our buddy Andrew Level. Thank you very much.
Look at that.
So awesome.
The Buddy Christ has been around for a while,
yeah,
but everybody likes him. But jeez, he feels
perfect.
He's perfect for the studio here. All right, and that sounds like a great cop duo. You know,
absolutely.
They would be amazing.
Somebody should have made that movie.
Well, you can't anymore, sadly.
Yeah, they're both dead.
Yeah. I think Buddy Christ has been dead for a little longer.
I guess so. Yeah. So, yeah, we thought we'd get together and do another video where we kind of sort of talk about where we've been over the last 3 years. And now we're transitioning into year 4. We figured this would be a good time.
Yeah, perfect. So, I basically want to talk about a lot of stuff because in the YouTube channels, we don't do this anymore. We don't do videos. We definitely can't. It would be through Zoom if we did it. So now that I'm now in LA and he's in VA, it's kind of hard to do this unless we did it through Zoom, which we can. And we might. I mean, who knows? We might have some more videos like that.
But since he was home for the holidays, we figured we'd take advantage of this.
Yeah, it's a really nasty, rainy day, so why not take advantage of just hanging out and doing this? So,
it's not like we could gab or anything.
Well, that's what we're doing right now.
Oh, yeah.
So we decided to talk about so to begin with, how this all got started was I had met Paul on a set, or not set, I'm going to say set, but it was a premiere of a movie called Music Store Massacre that Gordy Price did, and I think it was my first or second time I ever met Gordy. And I got invited from April.
Yay!
And so did he. We both got invited by April. April was in it, and she was so cute with her little dog or whatever, the little dog in it.
She's always cute.
And she decided to ask us, and she happened to have us sit next to each other. So us being the guys that we are, we just start gabbing about the movies that we liked, and one of the people that we bonded over was Chris Seaver because I had never I didn't know many people in Virginia that actually, unless I showed them a Chris Seaver movie in Virginia, nobody even had Chris Seaver movies that I knew. And so he was telling about the Chris Seaver movies he had and how much he loved his films, and I talked about all the ones I had. I had more than he did.
Don't forget Ed Wood. We also
Ed Wood, and we bonded over Kevin Strange because I didn't know anybody actually knew who Kevin Strange was in
Tempe
town.
And all that stuff.
Yeah, so we just bonded over all this stuff. So we became friends. We exchanged information, and then I started inviting him over for like a
like stinky movies and pizza.
Stinky movie and pizza nights. So we did
as you do,
right? And we would especially on my birthday. I remember one specifically. On my birthday, it was you, me, Vittorio, and was it Andre there?
Yeah, that's right.
And we watched, I think it was 2 full moon movies.
Right.
We watched
Head of the Family,
and Robot Wars,
right.
I believe.
Right.
So we watched 2 of those, and then, and what we would do is I would watch one, and then he would bring one over, and we'd do a double feature night, which is actually what I'm doing now with my buddy Eric Spudik, who lives out in LA. He's a big movie buff, so we would do double feature nights too now, and it's a lot of fun. It's fun when you have people who like those movies. I live with a roommate who's been in a bunch of those movies, so she hates it. So it's a little bit different for her. You know,
might have covered 1 or 2 of those films.
Exactly.
In the Film Cafe, just saying.
But the Indie Film Cafe started where we did a review of Christopher R. Mims' Where Skeeto, Nazi, I guess, what is it, Nazi Hunter or something like that?
Right, Where Skeeto, Nazi Hunter.
Yeah, so we watched that and reviewed it and on video, for indie guy. And so I was like, we should maybe do a podcast. And he said, that's a great idea. I've been wanting to do a podcast. So we created Indie Film Cafe, which we were originally going to do where we'd be drinking coffee and talking about the movies we liked. That didn't really happen. The coffee parts, I don't know. We just never really made it a thing.
The cafe part didn't really take off, but the stinky movie sure did.
We had some ideas, though, originally. I do remember we had originally thought of actually shooting it at that cafe.
And originally it was going to be a video series, as I recall, and then it just seemed to work better as a podcast. And since it's a podcast, it doesn't really matter if you've got coffee or anything with you, so...
Yeah, we're originally going to... So I ended up finding Podbean out and discovering, that you could just do it through your phone. So we were doing that originally. You were having it all through my phone and edited and recorded through that way. And then, one day, so we did, you and I did the first one of Indie Film Cafe in 2017. And that was...
way back in 2017.
Yeah, it was end of 2017, actually. And you did Prehistoric Bimbos in Armageddon City, a Todd Sheets film. And
starting it off on the right foot.
Right, exactly. And I guess the original way was going to be that you were going to do 2, and then I was going to do 2.
Right.
And then we kind of decided to switch it up.
Yeah, every other.
Before then, one day, the first day we did it, we did Prehistoric Bimbos in Armageddon City. Did we even have the review, the Stinkometer yet?
Yeah, we had the bare minimum of the Stinkometer.
Yeah, because it was just us two. We wanted 3. We wanted to get 3 votes and stuff. So, 3 ratings. And so...
that's where Just Jen comes in.
So Just Jen came, and she...
begging me to get into the show. Dying for some way. And I was like, I don't know, Jen.
I can see her listening to this and cringing. Because every single time you say that,
I know.
She says, nope. That is not the way I remember it. And the way that me and her remember it, may be different than the way you remember it.
It's more
the
fun
way you want to remember it. So Jen came over. So we're in the car. I think you're picking me up at that time or something.
I think so.
Right, or so. You picked me up and you took me to the house, and you're like... So, we're going to have a third person. And I said, oh, cool. And you're like, it's a girl. And I'm like, awesome. And she's going to be our third reviewer. And I said, okay, cool. So, my idea was, let me get her prepped for when she comes over. So, she'll know. So, she comes over, and she's like, hi, I'm Just Jen. And she was under the assumption... that she was just going to watch a stinky movie. Because apparently Paul had said, do you want to come over and watch a stinky movie with us? We do a podcast, but we would love to have you come over and watch this movie with us. And it was Suburban Sasquatch, of course. So she said, sure, I don't mind watching stinky movies. I mean, I think you guys bonded over MST3K.
Right, Mystery Science Theater and other stuff.
So she said, okay, sure, I'm going to go watch that. She comes in, and she's talking to me, and I start explaining to her the rating system and what we're doing with everything. So I guess we did have established the rating system at that time. And she was like, what? What are you talking about? Why do I need to know this information? I'm like, because you're going to be reviewing movies with us, right? And Paul peeks his head in from the kitchen, because he was in the kitchen at that time, peeks his head in and goes, yeah, you're going to be watching movies, didn't I tell you? And she's like, no. So he was like, I think Paul was like, come on, do it for us or whatever. And she succumbed to,
the charms of stinky movies cannot be fought against.
So she came to be a part of the show for the first season. So first season, we have some pretty... crappy movies.
And it was good to add Just Jen because even though he and I did, I thought, a fairly good job with Where's Skeeto, it seemed to lack something. And
even the first Prehistoric Bimbos.
Yeah, and the first Prehistoric Bimbo. It seemed to lack something. And having the third voice was really good, but having a female I thought was very, very important because, as I've said many, many times, we have the nerdy white guy thing pretty covered.
We need a woman.
Diversity is always a good thing, and women do see these movies differently than we do, clearly. And it's good to have that to have them sort of give us their opinion, but also to help draw in more people. Otherwise, it's just gonna be a bunch of nerdy guys watching us.
So let's talk about that for real quick though. So she was not ready, I think, for a few of the movies. Now you showed the first one you showed her was Suburban Sasquatch.
I took it easy.
Later, she watched Prehistoric Bimbos again to get that third score. So yeah, and you invited me over, and I was like, nope.
Just once, huh?
One time for me. Now that doesn't mean I wouldn't do another Todd Sheets prehistoric movie or whatever, but
because I got him.
I know you do, but we just whatever. So we end up going over and watching. We end up watching Suburban Sasquatch. Next one was Ski Wolf, and she was not ready for that at all. And then Bigfoot Wars, and then after Bigfoot Wars, since I did he did his too. I did my two. It starts back with him, and then it goes him, me for the rest of the time, which I thought was, I still think is a really good deal. So that's the first season, and then the first season ends with a big bomb, which was that, and he saw it coming. He knew it was going to happen.
Oh, I was saving that one.
No. We'll talk about because that actually wasn't the last one we did. The big bomb was that Jen was leaving us.
Oh, okay, I see.
And you saw that coming. You said to me,
yeah.
She said she wanted to talk to us. I've had that broken up conversation where she's breaking up with us.
Right.
And she
was
did,
just very
but
busy.
She's basically she broke up with us, but she wanted to stay friends. So she comes over occasionally and watches them, and we'll get to that in a second. So throughout the season, we showed her some really bad movies and some decent movies like Hey Stop Stabbing Me, and
you went for decent. I go for
I tried to have a little even keel there. Can't have all bad movies all the time. I mean, there's got to be some that people watch. And Airborne, everybody loves Airborne, so anyway, we talk about those. Then the next one of the last episodes, I think it was number 16 out of 22, was or maybe it was 18 or so, but it was Fateful Findings.
Oh yeah, Neil Breen.
And that was our first 10 of a solid 10 all around, first 30 of the whole thing. And
this began Jen's just love affair with Neil Breen and her fandom.
She got a shirt just like I did.
Her fanboy fandom.
Paul wants a shirt. He's jealous.
I
He's
know.
so mad that he didn't buy himself one.
I know. I needs them.
I know. He'll get one eventually.
Eventually.
So anyway, the next season rolls around. We're Genless. So the first couple episodes we were alone. So we had and Lenore hadn't moved in yet.
Right.
But we started getting people we got a bunch of guys pretty much. We got Joe Turek. We got your buddy James. We got John Johnson. And then we had a couple girls.
Yeah, Jen showed up a little bit here and there.
Yeah, she showed up 2 or 3 times. Maybe 3. And then Lenore became our new Jen for a little bit. So she was more for a lot of the science ones.
Our resident science expert.
Yeah.
She was a NASA intern who was rooming with me for actually more than a year, it turned out. So, and she was more than happy to jump in and watch stinky movies.
She still is.
Yeah, she still is. She's very sweet. We love
She'll do some. She'll be back in season 4 most likely somewhere. Most likely with her sister or something too.
Hopefully.
So those two, they have a lot of fun. So season 2, yeah. So there was the girls were just Jen, Lenore, and Yolanda. I think that's it.
Yeah, and Yolanda only showed up towards the end.
I think she only showed up for one episode.
Yeah.
It was that Vampire's Kiss, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That was the one with Jen. And that was a big one. I had Jen, and was Gary in that one, I think?
I don't remember. don't remember.
I think so. And
there were a lot for that one.
And Gary was another guy. So there's like, we had 3 guys and then 3 girls, I guess, in that season. So
that was our big Nick Cage episode.
Yeah, and there was some really bad ones. Paul was like, okay, you couldn't last whatever, so we're gonna do, bad ones. So, whatever. We get into that. We talk a lot about it on.
We started off with Actium Maximus, and things just got stinkier. It was wonderful.
I know. Actium Maximus started it all off. It was so bad. It is the shortest of all the run times we've had on the podcast.
Mr. Gab could not come up with enough stuff to gab about. He just wanted to get it over with.
I wanted to go home and wash my body of that.
And yet he still didn't. You didn't give it a 10, did you?
Well, it was
because you were worried about what was going to happen next, and you regret it, don't you?
I do. I've said that at the end of the season. I said if I could replace my vote, it would get a 10.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no effing way he would give me a 10 on the first episode back. And he did. He really did. I think I said a 9.5 for that one, but it definitely deserved a 10.
Oh, yeah. And it's a Trauma 10 at that.
No, it's worse. It shouldn't even. Trauma should have rejected it. Like, honestly, it's that bad.
Yes.
So then there was like Blood Predator.
Oh God,
which was ridiculous.
Very close to being a 10.
But it was so much fun.
We all gave it 9.5.
We're gonna watch that. I'm gonna make Mackenzie watch it for a Patreon only one because Jared's in it, and she's worked with Jared. She'll love doing that.
Nice.
But that's next year if things aren't still calm or whatever, or crazy. I don't know what it's going to be like when I get back to LA. So then the big bomb hits at the end of season. Just like season 1 had Jen leaving, I was leaving Virginia. And there was even a topic about, was I going to stay on Indie Film Cafe, or was Paul just going to take it over and do like 12 episodes or something, and just do once a month and cover it. But I was like, I don't think I can leave.
He couldn't give it up.
I can't give it up, man. It's just one of those things where it's actually the only podcast so far that if all the other podcasts left, I'd be okay, except for this one. I can't leave this one and keep the others. I'd rather this one stay for.
Once Neil Breen gets into your blood, there's just no getting him out.
So we watched. So season 2 had some really terrible movies. Season 3, we decided, so for about half maybe of season 3, we were trying to figure out ways to do things because there were times that we couldn't get 3 people
because of
to
COVID.
Watch stuff. Yes, a lot of COVID stuff, March especially. We couldn't get 3 people, so Paul would be with somebody. And like Lenore
usually.
And Lenore
Poor
usually.
Lenore.
And we would have him do stuff. But he came out to LA with me, and we shot stuff, and we recorded episodes.
Because the big move happened.
So the big move happened, and so we had to get as much stuff as we could.
We drove across country in this epic journey. It was amazing.
It was pretty fun, actually. I don't want to do it anytime again. Even with Paul, like it just not something I like. It would be another 4 days, basically.
But we were able to take advantage of some of the local folks and people there for our first couple of episodes.
For Las Vegas.
Yeah.
When we went to Vegas, we had a couple days, so we asked people to come over. We got John Ward, and we got Julianne, and we did What the Fuck Fridays with them, and Indie Film Cafe.
Because, of course, when you're in Las Vegas, what does any reasonable person think about doing? Watching crappy movies, of course.
Right. Like, that's no gambling,
eating
no...
pizza.
No eating like cuisines or whatever. Though we did do that, by the way. Well, I mean, I didn't gamble. He gambled a little bit. But we did go around Las Vegas and check things out. So anyway, long story short with that, we decided to kind of split things up. And then occasionally I would review, like do 10-minute reviews and on his stuff, and he would do 10-minute reviews on like Arcade and a couple other ones, and
it was okay.
It was okay, but then along comes this little thing called Zoom.
Yay, the magic of Zoom.
A magic of Zoom, and it became like the best thing for us as far as us getting back together and doing stuff together, because that's what we really wanted.
Absolutely.
I mean, we didn't, I mean, not all the time. We actually kind of like being away and you know, we need our little space, you know? Like, I mean, I think if we had kept this going and I was still in Virginia, I think after a while we'd probably get bored, you know, and shit. Because we want to have other people joining us.
Like all relationships, you need to have a little bit of space.
Yeah.
And Zoom allowed us to actually bring in a whole bunch of other special guests whenever we wanted to. So you're going to see, if you go and look on the Stinkometer, you're going to see season 1, it's basically just him, me, and Jen. And then season 2, you're going to see like 5 or 6 special guests, and then you go to season 3, and there's like, gosh, we went all the way down to like the letter S. So there's like, I don't know, 15 16
right.
special guests. So
there's a lot on,
and that's kind of cool because
and
we're
maybe
bringing in
season 4 will have even more.
It's nice to bring in a diversity of voices, and they're all folks that we've either worked with or just enjoy as friends.
And some of them are women, and some of them are men.
Absolutely.
I mean, we're not discriminating against people.
We're bringing you variety.
I know, we're trying to, which I thought was great, because like it seemed like each time things get bigger, and it even got longer. This past season,
it's always better when it's
3.
bigger and longer, as you know.
That's what they tell me. So season 3 had 24 episodes. Everything else had 22.
Because we figured with Zoom, it was easier to do those 2 extra episodes and give you guys even more content.
Yes. So now we've talked about the podcast. The podcast is all done. We got that out of the way. Now we're going to talk about the YouTube channel, which began, as we said, as us just jibber-jabbering about films, B-movies. There's a couple episodes with Jen where we just talked about movies, things like that. The plan was to do a video podcast.
Right, we did things like, I think we did, didn't we do our top 10 Chris Seaver movies, and
oh yeah, we did do a lot.
Yeah,
we need to do more top
like
10s and shit, dude.
Yeah,
why not? You know, like let's come up with one new one.
You know, I was doing something called Trolling for Stinkers, where we were talking about just different things that I would find on an irregular basis, and that actually evolved into our monthly hauls. And so we've actually, and then there've been other podcasts and other shows that have spun off from the original idea too that we've gotten, especially with some of the people that we've done some of our podcasts with, which has been nice. So we've been able to actually branch this off into a number of different directions. But
yeah, and we have like multiple podcasts now.
Right.
Multiple.
But the main trunk is still this show, Indie Film Cafe.
Well, this show's no matter what. Like, there's going to be some days you might not get, like a month you might not get a show. Like, Horror, Blood, and Coffee won't be back until January 1st, right? So, in the month of December, you did not get a whole Horror, Blood, and Coffee, right? But you're always going to get Indie Film Cafe. Like, I'll do one and he'll do one. Like, no matter what, like we've always said, even if we can't get another podcast out for the other ones, we have to get Indie Film Cafe done. So.
And it's, some shows we've just been kind of cycling out too. I had Forgotten Horror Classics, which started towards the end of season 2. We did a bunch of episodes for that, and now we just kind of put that to the side for a little bit. And now we've cycled in Sexploitation Sleazecast.
Exactly.
We're going to go with that for a while, and then once that one's done, do 10 episodes of that. Then we'll either bring in Forgotten Horror Classics back, or we could bring in something else. We did Little Stinkers. We did a number of episodes for that, and that's been put aside for a little bit. Criterion Watch,
Film Freaks. So let's talk about that. So What the Fuck Friday started it all, by the way. That was the first one we did. And that was his idea, because these were movies that originally started in season 1 that as you explain it.
Yeah, there is a certain level or type of film we just couldn't really get Miss Just Jen into. Anything with extra boobage or, seriously crazy violence or stuff like that.
We told her that, for the first time the other night, and she was like, "Oh!" She had no idea that's why you created. She created that show. But also, if you notice, that's why we didn't invite her to watch it. Though she could have watched. There's a couple of them. She could have watched Velocipaster, or I don't think she would have liked the Clownado.
Probably not.
But like the first season was. I think it took a little longer to get the first season done.
Yeah, like, Lust for Dracula she would not have liked. What was the next one? Kung Fu and Titties. She's not going to like. Yeah. So basically it was kind of like movies that we wanted to do.
Those both for him.
Okay, yeah.
and that also reminded me of, like, that started with the way that you did Indie Film Cafe. You did two, I did two, or whatever.
Right.
So later on we started switching everything around because, like, he'll do one, I'll do one, and it would be like once a month. Right. He would do it once a month, and I would do it the next month, and that became a thing. And then we decided, we don't have enough content. Let's do Film Freaks, and then TV, which we started off with The Fog. Which is going to be cool. We're going to do a Hollywood Boulevard podcast coming out next month. And we are going to do a Zoom with all of us. It's going to be Alfred from Hollywood Boulevard podcast, Joe, who's just joining Hollywood Boulevard podcast, and Paul. And we all did The Fog. That was our first thing that we did for Film Freaks. So it's kind of a nice...
Right.
And
whereas, What the Fuck Friday was kind of like movies that Jen was not going to put up with, things like Criterion Watch and Film Freaks would be movies that she would like. It's just that at that point, poor Just Jen was working like 3 jobs. She just didn't have the time.
Videos.
Yeah, and
she hasn't ever liked to do videos.
She's not really that kind of a person. She likes the podcast because she can be anonymous.
Yeah, but she did in the beginning. She did do a couple
she did
episodes.
1 or 2. She was nice enough, but
yeah.
She doesn't prefer to be on video. But part of it too was, like I said, she was real busy. So we've always thankful for any episodes we can get Just Jen in. So I save up something nice and stinky for her.
Well, we should also try to get her. Maybe we'll do like a Film Freaks on audio. You could do one of those.
We could do that and
have her come out for one of those things.
Sure.
Patreon only, baby. We're trying to do more Patreon only content.
Right. And
so
you're gonna see.
You're gonna actually. That's our plan for 2021. We've decided that we're gonna try to get as much Patreon only content for you guys, so that when you guys are, if you guys are still listening to this, like long ass video, but
hopefully, because we have bills to pay. We have have to pay Podbean. I don't know if we have to do anything with YouTube, but there's always stuff that we have to help pay for. So if you guys can help us out, even just $1 a month is a big help.
And you guys get content, and you'll also get other stuff. So
you'll be getting content that you won't see or hear anywhere else.
So I guess we'll try to do like one Patreon only video a month.
That works.
So we're doing this. We don't really have time, and we're still doing this for you guys. Because we want you guys to help us out, and we want you guys to have content for you guys to listen to or watch.
Right.
So to go on to it, so we did Film Freaks TV. We did Criterion Watch. For the first, first season was ended in 2019. So 2020 has started season 2 of all of those shows, except for Indie Film Cafe Spotlight, which we introduced at the end of 2019. Which
was a lot of fun. We're keeping that one going.
Well, we're keeping that one going because we got some fun plans for that one.
Yeah. We've had some great guests on that show.
Yeah, so and we got some great guests coming. So just get ready.
Yep.
So we've got that going on, and then we've got Indie Film Cafe Spotlight is still going. It might only go for another year for season 2, but it might keep going. I don't know. We don't know yet. I mean, that's all up in the air. So season 2 of What the Fuck Friday, all of those things. In season 2, we kind of in the beginning of What the Fuck Friday, we did Children Don't Play with Dead Things, and mine was Stink of the Flesh. up in Las Vegas. Then after that, Paul did one in, himself, and I did one myself, and then we switch back and forth. So we got some cool guests and things. You got to find some new people, some fresh blood.
I know. More people to torment.
I know. You get some of your, I can guarantee you some of your buddies at the games you play and shit.
You'd be surprised. They hear some of the movies I watch and they're like, yeah, now, dude.
Even people who play Dungeons and Dragons don't like that shit?
I know. Not Jesus. All nerds intersect. You'd be surprised.
Oh, well, all right. But anyway, so, like whoever, whatever else. You can get some more people on the show, but I'm trying to get a lot of Hollywood people out there. There's a lot of people that in the film industry, people have either acted or filming.
Yeah, he's getting Tom Cruise, and he's getting all those Hollywood types.
Oh, if I get Tom Cruise, he better not yell at me.
That's right.
Just telling you.
Don't look at him or tell him how short he is.
No, I don't think that's why you yell at me.
Dude, you're short.
Hey, dude, he's taller than me, so I can't say anything. But anyway, I think he's like 5'7".
I know. He's so funny.
Which is actually taller than me. So that's the thing. So we ended up doing we also do haul videos now.
Yep.
And so each month we'll talk about our hauls, our video, I think there might have been one or two I wasn't able to do, and Paul would just do.
Yeah, sometimes our hauls are small, sometimes they're good size. It all kind of depends,
Sometimes I don't have anything. Like I'm living in LA, man. It's hard. The Dollar Tree's my best friend now, like when it comes to these things, because that seemed to be like the big thing is Dollar Tree's been getting a lot of shitty movies, so a lot of fun ones.
Yay.
And we started Quick Review Thursday, we started Short Film Saturday, and we started originally, like at one point I wanted to do every day. I wanted to try to get, and I think I got it for like one month. I got things like every day, and then I did was 31 days. So I did get another month that had like a bunch of content. He's dying
to do another 31 movies in 31 days.
Well, that was killer, man. It was not fun. It was hard because a lot of times I had to do it by myself because I couldn't get somebody to watch it or whatever. People said they wanted to, and like either I forgot to contact them or.
Can you imagine doing one for a year though? What a great challenge that would be. Watch and review one stinky movie.
I did that, but I did 365 movies, and I think I started at the end. I couldn't do it. It just got too much, and so I would fake it or something. I'm a liar. Whatever. But like it just got too much.
It's dedication.
It is.
Mike Nelson did it. Mike Nelson did it and wrote a book about it from Mystery Science Theater, and I'm pretty sure he was pretty exhausted by the final. But if Mike Nelson can do it, one of my buddies, one of my favorite people in stinky movie business, if he can do it, we can do it. You never know.
No, he can do it because he can do a lot of shit that we can't do. So, Mystery Science Theater 3000 is fucking epic.
Right. Plus puppets. Gotta love puppets.
I love puppets. All right, I'm trying to think. So we started trying to do like at least weekly, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, have like stuff going on. And I think Monday and Wednesday and Friday were all podcast stuff generally or whatever. So was it Thursday's Quick Review Thursday? Friday was generally something from the Film Freaks or Criterion Watch or What the Fuck Friday. All of them were on Fridays during the week. Then Saturday, Short Film Saturday. Then we did Sunday, Shark Attack.
Yeah, Shitty Shark Sunday or something like that.
Shark Attack Sunday, I think is what I was calling it. And we might bring that back, but I have a friend of mine, Madeline Deering, who does Shitty Shark show. So Maybe we'll go on to her show or something sometime. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good. It's just on the other hand, I don't want to rob anything from Indie Film Cafe. I want to make sure that we get a couple shitty shark movies in there because we've had a few shitty shark films in there, and that's been a lot of fun. Sharkenstein,
Raiders of the Lost Shark,
Raiders of the Lost Shark, Snow Shark.
Still need to do Shark Exorcist.
Yes.
You know, and a few other
perfect fodder for
Ouija
Indie Film
Shark.
Cafe.
That'll be fun. That's also right. From the Raiders of the Lost Shark or Jurassic Shark.
Right.
They also did another one of those, Close Encounters of the Shark Kind. Mm-hmm. I think Wild Eye put that one out too with Mark Polonium.
Oh, and I did one for What the Fuck Friday. It was like Were Shark versus Whale Wolf or something. Oh God, it was so bad.
Yeah,
crazy.
That was. Yeah, and those are fun, man. I kind of want to bring back Quick Review Thursday again.
We will.
We will. It's just honestly this month, especially with the holidays and me coming home for the holidays, it's been tiring. So people are like, where's the content? I thought you were gonna review my movie. And if I have not reviewed your movie will get reviewed. Don't worry. It's just I can't. My focus. Honestly, I'm just glad we got all of the podcasts done. We just put out Bride of the Monster recently. You've got yours coming out not this Monday, but the next one. You're doing Sexploitation Sleazecast still. That's coming out tomorrow.
Yep.
We're busy, So it's not like we're not doing content. We might not be doing everything.
We are trying to get some Patreon only stuff. Give us a buck, a lousy buck, you lousy cheapskates. Come on.
That's what a great.
But you'll be getting stuff that
what a great commercial
won't
right there.
See anywhere else. So there you
go.
Give
us a buck, or I'll knock your teeth out.
We got something real special lined up for our first one, and it's holiday oriented. Not gonna tell.
It will be holiday oriented, and we'll put it out in January
I think so.
Yeah. So there you go. Get ready for that.
Yep.
That crap.
It's almost mainstream.
Oh, it's very mainstream.
You would be shocked.
Yeah, but
quite shocked.
We're gonna be doing that in a little bit after this is done, so wrapped up. So
can't wait.
We will be wrapping this up in a second.
I've never seen it. I can't wait.
Yeah. Oh boy. So what else? Has there been any of the other videos that we've done? Because I'm just gonna tell you, the first year when you first suggested What the Fuck Friday, I didn't think we'd be doing these videos much. The top 10 videos was understandable. Doing other videos like the haul videos are understandable. I think we at one point we did unboxings for a little bit.
Yeah,
the mystery ones.
We had our remember we had our little subscription thing for a while.
Mystery. I did the Blu-rays and you did the DVDs. And
that was kind of
No, it was what it was. There was 4 Blu-rays. For the money, it was kind of worth it, I guess. It's about the same. It's probably less than what you would normally.
I guess for me, I'd rather have more control over the DVDs that I purchase. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is random.
But that's the point of the mysteries. You never know what you're going to get. You might get something really good. You might get something really shit. I think you did get a couple good things, though, from time to time. Because you only did 2 or 3 times.
Right.
I think I might do it again. It's just, it's money. I just don't have time and money to blow on that.
Hence the begging for Patreon.
Exactly. If you guys want to pay for our shit.
Hey, and we have web presence as well. We've got all these great places on the internet you can go and check out all this stuff too. All that's got to get paid for too. So there you go.
Exactly.
On the websites.
We might do an actual website again. We haven't done one of those in a while. We've got indiefilmcafe.reviews. Which he keeps up with.
And the new one for Sexploitation Sleazecast.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'd like to have one for all the shows, but,
And no, that's not going to... No, that's way too much. Indie Film Cafe itself is enough, honestly, because that kind of encompasses all the ones and everything. I would like to update that website a little bit more and make it where there's pages where you can go in and find out a little bit more information instead of like links. I feel like a lot of it's just links to the Facebooks and other stuff, but we'll figure it out someday. I mean, some of that costs like some moolah to do. So if you guys want to help, Patreon it,
there you go.
know, and everything, that would help. But
I've had that vision of creating a Stinkopedia, Wikipedia for all indie film stuff.
That would be a long ass time, dude.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be a lot of stuff to do. But if you look at our review stuff, he does little articles about, like little essays about the movies that we watch and stuff. So it's pretty entertaining to have him be able to do that. And so we got that going on.
I used to do back before all this was going on. I used to do written movie reviews for the Moo Cow. And so this is kind of my way to sort of get back and do a little bit of that.
Exactly. Well, I think that's about it. I mean, we've tackled all the YouTube and pretty much all of the podcast stuff. I mean, there's a lot of podcasts, and there was some I tried like classic horror television. Didn't really. A lot of people weren't interested in talking about these things,
right? Or
they just never had time or whatever. So I mean, eventually I want to do that again and bring it back. But
yeah, I'd love to do something where we maybe take a series like Buffy and maybe kind of go through and talk about each individual episode. We'll do season 1 and we'll talk about these episodes, and that would be kind of a fun show. And you could do that for a long period because 7 seasons worth of stuff.
Yeah, especially if you did 1 per episode and you did like per month.
Right.
That would take you like the first season would be done in the first year.
Right.
That would be cool. Maybe not this next season, but the season
like a
after
half-hour show. That would be cool.
Yeah. Who knows? I mean, it might be kind of cool.
I'm full of ideas, man. We are full of ideas.
If we could get a Buffy person to...
Ooh, yeah, get to work on that.
Yeah.
You're out in Hollywood, man.
I know. I have to start...
Get Allison Hannigan.
Oh, I could get Sander. What's he doing?
That's right.
What's he doing? He's on live all the time. Let's get fucking Sander.
Nick Brendan, come check us out.
Nick Brendan, come do a podcast with us, man. We would die to and we'd Zoom.
There you go.
It's not even like you need to be in the room with us.
Oh, come on. You got Joss Whedon in your back pocket. Give him a call.
Yeah.
Yo, Joss, get off your fat, lazy butt. Come to our show.
No making fun of Joss, at all.
I know.
None of that. Joss is the king, man. But anyway, yeah, so that's awesome. I love this. This is great. I hope you guys enjoy this. This is a long-ass video. Not what I was planning, but, I didn't realize we have a lot to talk about. There's 3 seasons of shit that we've done. Not shit, like it's not shit, but it's shit that we've talked about. There's a lot of stuff. It's good shit.
That's right.
So thank you guys so much for checking us out. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like what you see, give us a like, give us a thumbs up, hit that bell. Let us know what you guys think. Also,
smash that subscribe button.
And also, subscribe to our podcast. And all the links will be down below, including the link to Patreon. So become a Patreon member. We'll probably do a Patreon video where we advertise it and try to get people to fucking, because we need you guys.
We need you.
I know.
Need you. Continuity Monkey needs new shoes.
We're begging here. It's sad and pathetic. All right. Love you guys.
We'll see you next time.
See you. Bye.
Bye.